hair escaping in all directions from under a misshapen wool hat.
"Just keeping an eye on things? It's terribly busy out there, isn't it?"
Yes. Miriam checked for eavesdropping customers before she kept talking. I don't think anything needs keeping an eye on, though, and you do need to be careful. We don't want a repeat of the first Christmas market. Beaufort Scales, High Lord of the Cloverly Dragons, veteran of more battles than he cared to remember, and possessor of a most impressive set of age-yellowed teeth, looked suitably chastened. He sat down next to Mortimer, out of the way of the two women selling Christmas cake and chutney and hot drinks, and Mortimer's own enchanted dragon-scale baubles and magical boats.
"That market was more fun, though, don't you think?"
he said to the younger dragon. Mortimer snorted.
"You made us wear dog suits. Amelia almost ate a dog, and then you caught fire. I guess it depends on your definition of fun." "It was more fun than sitting behind the counter not being allowed to talk to anyone."
Mortimer inspected him for a moment, then held out a plate.
"Christmas cake?" "May as well."
Mortimer had never imagined what would come from such a little thing as suggesting to the High Lord that time spent searching for treasure troves would be better used collecting barbecues and gas bottles for dragons to sleep on. Beaufort had abruptly transformed from a bored old dragon into a very interested old dragon. Interested in everything, and once Mortimer had met Miriam and come up with the idea of restarting the dragon scale trade, only instead of selling scales to knights for armour, he made magical baubles that unfolded into flowers and floated in mid-air when lit, or boats that blossomed into intricate sailing ships once they touched water, or gliders that were delicate and beautiful and near enough unbreakable. He felt that was an improvement. Beaufort had gone from interested to involved. It still made Mortimer shudder thinking of the old dragon crashing the Women's Institute meeting almost 2 years ago, although that was nothing compared to the murder investigation they'd crashed this last summer. Miriam held out a jug of mulled wine to the dragons. "Beaufort?"
"Don't mind if I do."
"Mortimer?" He took a paper cup with a wary glance at Beaufort.
"Not too much." "Mortimer, the wine had nothing to do with last time."
Mortimer had his own thoughts regarding that. He still distinctly remembered Beaufort in a dog costume, wandering off to buy mulled wine from a very confused stallholder. He had nightmares about it, in fact.
"Well, it's for the customers, isn't it?"
"We always make extra," Miriam said, pouring some for Alice, who took it with a smile and wrapped her hands around the cup. Mortimer sighed. Beaufort had already finished his wine and was looking at the tureen expectantly. The High Lord was bored. It never did for the High Lord to get bored. He'd start thinking about things, and that never ended well. Alice tipped her mug to the dragons in a gap between customers, white hair falling in neat lines to her chin from under her rather fetching felt hat. "The baubles are selling very well, Mortimer. I hope you have more."
"I do. And the boats?"
"Not as well, but they're still popular." Alice leaned forward to watch the dragon-scale baubles bobbing softly at the ends of their tethers, like gently lit balloons. Some of them looked like birds, others like stars or butterflies or flowers, others just globes with fanciful patterns carved in their sides. They burned without using fuel or releasing heat, and had proved so popular that Miriam had introduced the dragons to something called the Etsy. The income was handy for things like gas bottles and barbecues, which the Cloverly Dragons had embraced eagerly. But Mortimer felt that was only the start. He was currently trying to figure out whether to invest in